Hey, what's going on, guys? For this video, I'm going to be sharing the most disturbing and darkest comic that I have ever read in my entire life. Now, this is definitely a story that has really stuck with me and has been on my mind, so I just want to go over the entire plot and the story and why it is very disturbing and dark. The Joker, written by Brian Azzarello, is one of the most disturbing and darkest comics that I have ever read in my entire life, and I really can't express myself any more than that. This is the only comic that I really found myself unsettled with the character of Joker. Now, we all know that Joker really is a very crazy and interesting character. However, this comic just really shows his true nature of who he really is as a villain in DC, and he really does a lot of crazy things in this story that really brings a shock to me, and it just gets crazy. The story follows a young thug named Johnny Frost who is sent to Arkham Asylum to pick up the Joker, and pretty much the Joker takes this guy as his wingman. He starts to like him, and it's pretty much a story about the Joker trying to take hold of Gotham City and make it his again, and he pretty much takes a lot of use off of Johnny Frost as a character. And almost immediately after being released from Arkham Asylum, Joker goes to this bar with Johnny Frost and uses the help of Harley Quinn to pretty much do something that really is disturbing that I have never seen the Joker do, which was pretty much skin alive his former henchman who was in the same position as Johnny Frost was in front of everybody in the bar with Harley Quinn who helped him. Now, Harley Quinn is only in this story for like a brief few scenes, so I'm not really going to mention her a lot, but this version of Harley Quinn really feels realistic, and even she even feels very disturbing in this story. Now, Johnny Frost's character is very interesting as he is the Joker's wingman and is pretty much there to be in Joker's side of his crimes and help him gain back the control of Gotham. But this story really has Johnny Frost being the main character, and at one point the Joker tries giving Johnny his own medication, which is insane, and he pretty much makes Johnny his bitch in a way. In the story, we see the Joker kill a mob boss that used to be associated with the Joker before he ever went to Arkham Asylum. And the whole time in this meeting, this mob boss acted like he didn't know the Joker was going to lose a lot of his money. So the Joker knew he was lying and ended up killing him. This ends up pretty much pushing Joker into actually gaining a self-confidence, and little by little in this story we start to see the Joker get more and more insane as we go on further in the story. After that incident, he went on to kill multiple mob bosses all around Gotham City in really brutal ways in order to really show that this man is truly trying to take control over Gotham City once again as he did before, because this is who the Joker is. He's not going to stop at one point. He's just going to keep going until he gets what he wants. After all of those murders, Joker found out that Harvey Dent was pretty much upset with him, that he started doing all of these murders and trying to gain control over his city again. When the Joker tried calling Harvey Dent in order to find out why he was really mad at him, Harvey did not decide to pick up the phone, therefore causing the Joker to get insanely mad and pissed off that one of the thugs who works for the Joker under Killer Croc decided to end up trying to leave, but the Joker insisted on him staying to have a drink. However, the Joker had other plans and decided to kill him with a glass bottle, stabbing him in the head in a very brutal fashion to the point where he died. After this incident, him and Johnny and Killer Croc and all the other thugs blew up the bar that they were in all these times. At this point, we really get to see Johnny start to realize that he's working for a madman, and Johnny just doesn't know what to do with himself at this point, when he then decides to have a conversation with Harvey Dent, who pretty much warns him about the Joker and to not be with him on his side, because technically it could ultimately lead Johnny to death. And then in the story, we pretty much see the Riddler and Joker make a deal that ultimately does not go well and leads to a really bad shootout that has the Joker left injured really bad, and the Joker has no way but to get into an alleyway where he pretty much thinks that he gets stopped by the Batman. However, it turns out to be one of Harvey's henchmen, and Johnny Frost is there to save him from getting killed. After this incident, Harvey Dent and the Joker decide to have a one-on-one conversation in person in order to settle things. However, things did not go exactly well, as Harvey revealed to the Joker that both him and Johnny already met prior to this meeting, and he revealed that Johnny has a wife whom he never told the Joker about. What was revealed by Harvey Dent was actually in fact true, that Johnny did have a wife and he actually has kids, but these two are actually getting a divorce at the moment. The Joker then decides to kill all of Harvey Dent's men after finding out all of this information by him, and then he ultimately leaves Harvey Dent really injured by shoving broken pieces of blades into his fingers and leaving a really big gash on Harvey's wrist. At this point, the Joker then decides to rape Johnny's ex-wife in order to really get back at Johnny for not telling him the truth that he ever had a wife in the first place, and that Johnny went to see Harvey Dent behind his back. At this point, we really start to see the Joker really go insane and start killing random innocent people. He then decides to break into an old couple's apartment and does something that is extremely violent, which was stabbing the old couple in their bed multiple times and then deciding to lay on top of their bodies. While still being alive, Harvey Dent decides to do what's right and contact the Batman and let him know that he really needs to stop the Joker once and for all. After this, the Joker and Johnny realize that the Batman is catching on to them after the Batman decides to beat the shit out of Killer Croc and Joker's thugs. While running away, the Joker and Johnny get into a conflict where the Joker beats him up. He calls him names and holds a gun to his head after the Joker starts to lose his sanity once he realizes that the Batman is catching on to them. The Joker then decides to hold Johnny hostage after coming face to face with the Batman, and does what he only knows best, is to kill Johnny in front of the Batman and shooting his jaw off. While bleeding out, Johnny hears the Batman and the Joker going at it in the background, and the Batman literally decides to beat the living shit out of the Joker because he's pissed. Up until this point in the very story, Johnny comes to a realization that what he sees in the Joker is nothing more than a pure disease that has infected Gotham for many years, which is exactly what Two-Face warned him about during their face-to-face encounter earlier in the story. By the very end of this story, Johnny ends up dying, knowing that both him and this city has been infected by a disease that can only be stopped by one thing, and that is the Batman. This isn't just a story about the Joker gaining control over Gotham again. This is nothing more but a story about the Joker being nothing more than just a disease. The reason why The Joker, written by Brian Azzarello, is one of the most darkest and disturbing comics I have ever read is because it isn't just your typical villain story about a famous comic book villain who decides to kill a few people. No, it's a story that shows why the Joker really is unhinged and insane, and really shows why the Joker is nothing more than somebody who has infected the city and others as being a pure disease, who can never be trusted, and is someone who will kill anybody in a heartbeat who gets in his way. Thank you guys for watching this video. Please make sure to leave a like, subscribe, comment down below, and feel free to let me know what you think about this story and if you're willing to give it a shot. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and peace.